Breaking news. Supreme Court fixed December 15th to rule on Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention by the Nigerian government. Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. My country people, the Supreme Court of Nigeria has fixed December 15th, 2023 for judgment after hearing two separate appeals filed by the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, over his continued detention. Sahara reporters reported on September 30th, 2023, that the Nigeria's Apex Court had fixed today's Thursday for the indefinite hearing on two separate appeals filed by the detained IPOB leader through his lawyers against his continued detention. Now, my country people, after hearing the Apex Court fixed December 15th for judgment on the continued detention of Kanu. Now, Kanu's legal team was led by the new lead counsel Kanu Agabi San, appearing with Mike Ozekome, San Nemeka Ejiofor, and Ifeanyi Ejiofor with Mr. Aloy Ejimakor. Ejimakor, in a post shared on his X, formerly Twitter handle shortly after the court season, said that in court he was appearing with Mike Ozekome and other lawyers, and the court has adjourned this case to the 15th of December for judgment. Now, Mike Ozekome is a senior advocate of Nigeria. He led Ifeanyi Ejiofor in the appeal, which they won from the Federal High Court at the Court of Appeal. And it was earlier reported that the Court of Appeal in October 2022 discharged Nnamdi Kanu of the 15-count charges against him. The appellate court subsequently barred any further arrest, detention, and trial of Kanu on the existing charges before his forceful extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria by agents of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the 27th of June 2021. Now, the federal government later appealed against the judgment at the Supreme Court and subsequently got another panel of the Court of Appeal to stay the judgment of the appellate court. Now, despite the judgment, Kanu has remained in the solitary confinement at the facility of the Department of the State Service (DSS) nearly 1 year after the judgment discharging him. Well, we really hope that Nnamdi Kanu gets the justice that he deserves. We hope that at last the judiciary will see through and grant him freedom. Nigerians have been praying for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's unconditional release from the detention. We really hope nothing will happen. And I guess from now till December 15th, Nigerians and also Biafrans would be awaiting the final judgment of the Supreme Court. So, my country people, what are your thoughts on this issue? Now, we really hope nothing would happen to Nnamdi Kanu within this time frame, because the court has adjourned this case till December 15th to give its judgment. But then, if this judgment is given, would the Nigerian government adhere to the judgment? Would they stick to the judgment? Because that's what brought us here at this point. I mean, the judgment that was given by the Court of Appeal in Abuja on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case earlier on that cleared him of all count charges, the federal government refused to release him. Instead, they filed an appeal against the judgment, insisting on a stay of order. That was how Nnamdi Kanu got to remain in the custody of the Department of the State Service. So for now, we are hoping that at last Mr. Nnamdi Kanu would get his freedom, so that the insecurity in the Southeast region would be reduced, because all this insecurity in the Southeast region heightened with the demands for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB. And a lot of people, hoodlums, have been using this as an excuse to perpetrate evils in the southeast region, where we get to see Simon Ipa, who placed a sit-at-home ban, a sit-at-home order on the people of the southeast region until not quite long. Nnamdi Kanu called off such orders and gave a new order to the people of the southeast region. But then, that doesn't stop the insecurity that is ravaging the southeast region, and a lot of people, federal lawmakers, even state lawmakers, they've called on the federal government to secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Well, I guess everything is in the hands of the Nigerian Supreme Court. So we are hopeful that the court would uphold justice and grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. And if this freedom is granted, then we hope the federal government would adhere to the strict judgment of, the Supreme Court. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? The leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have been in the detention of the DSS since June 2021, after he was forcefully, brought back from Kenya to Nigeria. The Court of Appeal in Abuja, I think that was October last year, had dismissed the terrorism and treasonable felony charges against him on the basis of his agitation for the succession of a Biafran republic. Now, Nnamdi Kanu has been calling for the Biafran republic, the Biafran nation, and the Court of Appeal made the orders on the grounds that the federal government's manner of bringing him back into the country was illegal, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had filed and charged the federal government to pay, damages for this. But then in today's Supreme Court, session, they've adjourned this case to December 15th, where they will give a final judgment. So my country people, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.